Hi, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Also Called MAFS. I am your host, Tane, and with me is my Love is Blind co host, Brian from Maps Virgin. Hi, Brian. How are you?
I am excited. I'm happy. France is delivering. France is giving us what Germany refused to.
As we were saying, or I was saying off air, I am so excited we are doing France first because this is it. It is giving, it is everything we ever asked for.
Truly.
And I am so excited for this. So, do I have any housekeeping? I am a little, yes, I have housekeeping. Guys, for Love is Blind UK, I spoke with Barda. So check out the interview on there where she doesn't say what it is that happened. She has decided like she's not going to say that. But for everything else, I ask her all the questions and check it out. And it's on the regular feed available to everyone. And if you want bonus episodes, I have some bonus episodes coming out next week. Check that out on Patreon. Also having a sale in there. 30% off if you want to just check it out. And if you do not want to, you can be a free member and just see what is going on there. Every now and then there's some free episodes and you can chat with other people on there. All right. The French have arrived.
Mm-hmm.
The French have arrived.
Mm-hmm.
I think off the top, I think the things I'll say that I noticed, we are talking about sex
Mm-hmm.
because the UK, we did not. Episode 1, we have
Well,
someone propose.
most of us are talking about sex. One person's like, I'm not doing that.
Okay. I love the diversity in ages, in looks, in size, in
Mm-hmm.
mm.
Mm-hmm.
I was looking forward to this, Brian, because when I was little, my mom had the dream that she wanted me to speak French, and she truly invested in this. Like, got me French nighttime story books and got me like a tutor and all that stuff. So it's back in Nigeria, and I was trying to recognize words that maybe I know. I will never speak French. It's not a doom and gloom. It's just what it is. I'm an adult now. I think I'm too old to sit down for that. Like I tried again when I was older. I actually went to French classes, but I had to travel for work, so I couldn't make classes. So that was that.
Mm-hmm.
So trying to hear some of the words and realizing like, we all say we, but you hear them, they say where, and then the different
Mm-hmm.
pronunciations, like we just really suck. But either way, the pods for the US are usually like, let's just get to it to get to the main thing. Their
Yep.
pods are juicy.
Pods are good. You have love triangles. We got somebody talking to somebody. She has no idea who she's talking to. Like the pods were fantastic this season
Yeah.
and a legitimate villain in a way that I don't feel like Sophie Sandra was like a legit villain. There's a legitimate villain in this season.
That was dress up. Sophie Sandra
Right?
was
That was
playing,
that was light work
that was rehearsals.
for real. I can make so many Game of Thrones references, but that was light work. This is
Yeah,
yeah, no.
the real
Ramsey
deal.
Bolton has shown up this season.
hmm I love how direct they are. No one's sitting there like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, I did it. They're going to you like, what? And you said, what? And
Mm-hmm.
lastly, Brian, they smoke.
They do. They
They
sure,
do. They
of
may
course, they do.
blur it out, but you cannot blur the wisps of smoke
Right?
going up in the air.
Of course, they do. Nothing could surprise me less. Like, this is exactly what I figured would happen. We're one step away from like somebody showing up with a baguette.
Okay. And the beret.
Right? A mime
Those
walked through.
sorry guys, we're being those Americans. But
Oh, it's okay.
okay. All right. So the host is Teddy Reiner. Like I said, we have the first black host of the entire
Mm-hmm.
franchise. I was not familiar with him, but good old Google. They all seemed hyped to see him. Like when he walked in, they were all like, ah, and I'm like, okay, this must should be somebody that I should know.
Never heard
Um,
him.
yeah. So it says that he's doing it with his life partner. They are not married. They have been
Okay.
together for 14 years. And she shares that, when she's talking with the people, that he was everything that she didn't want. But eventually, she gave in and went there.
Mm-hmm.
I did find it interesting that they didn't walk in together. And I think it's indicative of what I now, after watching the 4 episodes, what I think they had to have a couple. I think he negotiated his wife into it. She's not giving me much. The
Mm-mm.
main star is him, and
Mm-hmm.
she's there. And besides not giving much, she seems uncomfortable.
Yeah. What do they do? Like,
Okay. Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I have that. So, I don't know what she does. Oh, I think I'll
Okay.
get into it too. I didn't even look her up, but this was his partner. But he is a French heavyweight judoka. He's a judoka.
Oh,
He's a
I
nine.
know that dude. Yeah, no, I know him from the Olympics because I don't
Yes,
watch judo, but like in the Olympics, I watch whatever obscure sport you can find, and
yes.
I do remember the footage of this gigantic French black dude beating the shit out of everybody now. So this
Okay,
does
yeah.
check out.
Yes, he's a nine-time world champion in the heavyweight division, two-time openweight world champion, one-time world champion with the French men's team, and he's the first and only judoka in history to win 12 gold medals at the World Judo Championships. He won the gold medal in the men's event, 100 kg event at the Summer Olympics three times, 2012, 2016, 2024. And what I found impressive, he was undefeated in his career between October 2010 and only got defeated in February 2020.
That's nuts. I'm not that good at anything I've ever done in my life. Like, I'm good at a handful of things. There's nothing I'm good enough at where like I can do this for 10 years and no one's gonna be better than me. Like
Yeah.
that's not a thing I have in my life.
Yeah. And to give a visual for those who don't know, like when Brian says the gigantic dude, he's 6'8". So
Yeah,
he's
he's
like
huge.
he's a can we say brick house for a man? But
I think so.
he's a tank.
I
Maybe that's
mean,
what it is.
yeah, Tank, Haas. He's a giant fella. And yeah, I didn't recognize him on the show, but once you
Yeah.
said judo, I'm like, oh, I have
Yes.
like a GIF playing in my head of him just like
Yeah.
ragdolling some dude across the
Yeah.
floor.
But
Yeah.
then, how do you translate judo to Love Is Blind? Like, how did he get this job? Like, again, I know they needed a couples. I know they could have anyone. I should probably do a little bit more research. But if anyone wants to save me time and let me know what the connection or how that happened. But either way, I think he's the star and
Hmm.
his wife tagged along. But I just need her. The hosts don't do much in Love Is Blind in any of the
Right.
franchises, right? But it's just
Mm-mm.
in the few times that they're there, she just seems like, uncomfortable. And
Yeah.
it's like, we need more comfort, I guess.
Which that makes sense because I'm thinking about okay, you look at Nick and Vanessa, they both have a lot of experience being on camera, talking
Mm-hmm.
on camera, doing that
Mm-hmm.
kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
If you're somebody, I don't know what any of the other hosts from the other countries do,
Brazil
but
is
like
model. I mean, that girl is
okay,
stunning and he's yeah.
well,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. But
Yeah.
my thing is like if you're somebody who's doesn't have a whole lot of experience talking on
Okay.
mic and all of
Mm-hmm.
a sudden like you're on a TV camera on a
Mm-hmm.
set, maybe it's your first time, you're going to be bad at it. Like you're
Mm-hmm.
just not going to know what you're doing. When we did my first podcast, we recorded 8 practice episodes first just to like get our jitters out of the way and like listen to ourselves and stuff. So if you've never been on camera before and if you're famous because your husband is really good at judo, like it's probably not that natural for you to be like, "Here I am, world." Like it's just
Yeah.
not what you're used to doing.
Yeah. So, they go in there and basically they start dating. I mean, we're just gonna dive into it like they did, and we are introduced to like Chloe. And I'm always intrigued by how much people are revealing, how much people are not revealing. And Chloe starts by saying, like, I'm not gonna mention where I'm from. It's from a
Mhm.
hot country. It is not France. Okay, I
Right.
what do we do
You
with
Carmen Sandiego all of a sudden.
that?
Like I I
But
understand not wanting to give away information that might help somebody to like form a picture of you in their head.
yeah,
But I mean, then don't say anything. Don't beat around the bush at all then.
yeah.
Yeah, the breadcrumbing was a lot.
Especially when the next time you say, "So, I work out a lot, do you?" Mm,
Mhm.
You're trying to find out their
There was some
size.
of that
So
going on. Yeah.
keep it consistent. But
Mhm.
she has a good chat with okay, this is what we're gonna struggle with, Brian. How are we going to say their names? If someone is
Oh,
Thomas, do we say Tomas? If
there's
someone
one
is
I'm dreading.
Alexander, do we say Alexandra? Because my tongue is gonna fall out and I'm
Look,
gonna say it
I
wrong.
was I was looking down at first. I was working while the episode was on, finishing up a graphic that I was doing, and they kept on saying Clement, and I'm like, "Is there a dude named Como on here?" And then I saw Thomas. I'm like, "Is that how they're pronouncing Tomas? Like, what am
Yeah,
I missing here?" It's
yeah.
gonna be tough. This is your show. I'm gonna let you lead. I will
Don't
follow
do
with
that.
whatever pronunciation you want to do.
Do not Sophie Sandra me, Brian. You
Look, I'm here as a guest.
okay. So okay, Chloe and Alex. Alexandra have
There
a
you
good
go.
chat.
Just call him Alex.
Yes, they have a good chat. I'm starting with them. Like, this is the thing. The pods are so juicy that I actually even have to go by couples in the pods, and then I'll go
Hmm.
with the reveals of how that happened. But Chloe and Alexander were kind of like Billy and Ashley when we watched UK, where everything was just going so well. I'm
Hmm.
just gonna let you know they were the first to he proposed in episode 1, but I have to mention Brian, Chloe,
Hmm.
singing Alicia Keys nearly took me out my chair and to our Father
Oh,
God in heaven because I laughed so hard. God forgive me.
I was shocked, was scandalized. Um, Look, man, there's people you can sing that have a more limited vocal range, right? Like we have, I mean, Sierra will make a whole song with 3 notes in it. Like you can pick somebody that is more in your wheelhouse. Picking Alicia Keys is already kind of crazy. It's like you might as
Alicia
well pick Mariah
struggles with
Carey,
Alicia's notes. So
right? Sing Adele next. Like pick somebody with a little voice if you don't have a big voice like that.
I mean, the guy was cute. He said, "Man, I almost called you Alicia." And I'm like, "Why?"
I didn't.
Oh, okay, so we meet Maddie. It's like Maddie was like a blink if you miss it. This man was
Hmm.
there and he was on there, but the minute he came on my screen, I'm sorry, my red flag started beeping. My red flag radar started beeping simply because he's religious. And just something comes with that where
Hmm.
you hide your awfulness behind religion. I'm not saying that that's for everybody. I say these things sometimes, and I think sometimes people don't even realize that I believe in God. I'm religious, but I know my people. That's the thing. So I'm just calling it
Yeah.
for what it is. And it's just, he just gave me the vibes. I'm not saying that's what it is, of someone who's religious, has the rules, and it's like a stickler for it. And it wasn't sitting right
Yeah.
um, with me.
Yeah, I would agree. I'm agnostic. Like I was raised
Okay.
Catholic, but I haven't been to church since like the 90s or whatever.
Hmm.
Um my thing is if religion gives you peace and helps you to form kind of a moral compass to be a better person and bring positivity to the world, that's fantastic. If it is instead like a list of sort of strictures of things that you really want to do that
Yeah.
otherwise you cannot because your religion tells you not to, that's
Hmm.
not really what it's supposed to be for, I don't think.
Yeah.
But yeah, he did give off that vibe kind of a lot.
Hmm.
And frankly, I'm kind of happy he did because it'd be a lot worse if he like got with somebody that doesn't have any kind of religious conviction and then this came out like on the honeymoon or whatever. So at
Yeah.
least he was upfront about it, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, you can't hide your awfulness for so long.
Right?
Maddie has initial connection with Cynthia. Earlier, I told you guys that there is a whole diversity in like looks and everything. A lot of the women are attractive, and Cynthia
All of
to
them.
actually facts. Once I saw Cynthia, you guys, all that was in my head was like Cynthia is woman. Like
Hmm.
she's 6 feet tall. She's like all curves. She's like gorgeous, and she walks into a room, you cannot miss her. But
Hmm.
she still has a little insecurity as with all human beings, and she lost her parents really young, and she just hits Maddie. She bonds with Maddie again because of religion, and I think we see this, and we're going to talk about somebody else, what I call leading or voting with a single ballot issue. Just
Hmm.
because we share one thing in common, like, oh, you believe in God. Oh my God, you're meant for me. No, check out the other things too.
Yeah. What's up,
So,
Lydia Plath?
so whole other story. So she just randomly is like, "So, what do you think if you're like talking to your best friend and they're calling you at 1 a.m.?" I think the best friend or friend being a woman was silent, but I think that's what
Hmm.
she meant. And you guys are
Hmm.
chit chatting at 1 a.m. Like, I think, like, what do you think about that? He's like, what? You're not going to tell me what to do. Like, I
No.
need my freedom. If my friends need me, I'm going to be there. And she's trying to explain to him, like, okay, I don't mean if they're in danger or anything, but if we're trying to spend time together, but your friends keep calling you. And I know it sounds like she's reaching or going out the board, but to me, that was just a valid thing. Was it early? No, because you're in Love is Blind and you have to get through everything in the pods. And he's like, well, that's a red flag. His whole demeanor just changed. Everything, the conversation just ended. And I think that's when she told us that she has a fear of abandonment after she lost her
Hmm.
parents so young. But I mean, Should I commend Maddie for coming back and being upfront and saying like, that didn't sit well with me, and I just think we should cut ties.
I mean, that's where I'm at because my thing in relationships in general is wait till something becomes a problem before you make it a problem.
Mm.
This man did not say frequently my female friends will call me at 1 in the morning to chit
Yeah.
chat and I'll be on the phone for 3 hours with them. This is not something that's become an issue in your relationship at all yet.
Yeah.
You are inventing a scenario where you are in bed having quality time at 1 in the morning, which like I know France has a different schedule than the US, but like 1 in the morning is not quality time in my house. It's like we're both asleep and have been for hours. But regardless, like, let this happen a few times and let's see how he responds. And then if it's bothering you, then say, hey, man, I really don't like it that, you've got women that are calling you kind of all hours of the night. And you sort of
Yeah.
leave me to talk to them on the phone. Instead, she's like, this is going to happen. Your best friend is going to call you at 1 in the morning. You're going to leave me and be on the phone for hours. And it's not going to happen once. It's going to happen over and over again. And he's just
Mhm.
like, okay, it's not, but I think we're done because it's just like this to me is red flags for future situations.
Yes.
It's yeah, you're doom casting about what our relationship, what problems we are going to face before
Mhm.
we've even like gotten to know each other. And I'd also bail if I was him, I think.
I have a friend who's so anti hypotheticals. Like, if you're just like, hey, what if we, even as a joke, she's like, stop it. I don't want to hear it. She doesn't want to deal with it. And I think also because Cynthia wasn't really asking what she wanted to ask and was framing it in a different way, and it came out
Mm-hmm.
all like terrible. Like, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
Why are we writing scripts and being all Spike Lee when nothing has even actually happened? What you're really trying to ask is, are you one of those people who spends more time with their friends than me and I'm going to feel
Bingo.
neglected? Just
That is the
use your
question.
words. Use your words, because that has
Well,
happened to her before.
of course.
Then,
And we're
yeah.
currently watching MAF season 10, right?
Hmm.
And we're at the part where it's Katie and Derek, and Katie has completely spun out because she's like, you have all these dreams and you want to write a Christmas song and write a book, and you can't do that if you have children. And he's just like, I don't know how to play any instruments yet. I haven't written any words down. I don't have a plot for the book. Like, can we wait until this becomes a problem before you're
Yeah.
like, you're abandoning your wife for your dreams? He's just
Yeah.
like, I don't know what you're talking about. This kind of felt like that. I think she wound herself around the axle a little bit and then didn't realize that she was spinning out until it was kind of already too late. But also she dodged Maddie's bullet, so it's fine.
Yeah. Which, by the way, I hear season 10 is back on Lifetime. I don't know if
Is
that.
it?
Well, if
Well,
you want to check,
great.
do not quote me. I heard, but I
I'm
haven't
telling
checked.
everybody
But
Tane told me.
Sophie Sandra again. You
Hmm.
can just check and see that's on. So to get that on. Okay, so um, sidebar. I kept wondering why Cynthia was doing her confessional in a trench coat. Thank
Hmm.
God they panned wider and it's like a cropped jacket. It's not.
Yeah.
I was like, what is happening? Was there a stain? But they could just change shirts. Why is she doing this in a coat?
Yeah.
It's
Speaking of
perfect.
Carmen San Diego.
Okay, so lucky for Cynthia, she also bonds with Jonathan. After Maddie breaks off, and I think she clocked it where she was like, "What I'm hearing from you is that you are not flexible. Like, even if like you had a problem with it, you're just like, no, I'm not going to do this. You want freedom. What is this freedom you speak of? Also, but besides the point. So um, the thing with her and Jonathan that I liked at the time in the beginning is that they talked about everything. In one scene, they were talking about contraception, and she's like, I don't want to put anything in my body. Then he's like,
Hmm.
oh, you mean female contraception? She's like, yeah, but she's fine with condoms. Then they switched to religion, and he's like, I believe in God. I don't pray every day, but I try to. Then they switched to, do you believe in joint accounts? And I'm like, come through, cover all of the things,
Right?
because we've had couples in the US where, what couple was it? I think, was it the birth control couple? And we're like, what were you guys talking about? Did you guys
Yeah.
even talk
Yep.
about anything? And
Ugh.
then we find out
Ramses.
we find out that she is from the Congo. So I think, I don't know, for anyone who's not familiar, like a lot of the black people, don't quote me, but from what I know, a lot of the black people that you find in France are from African countries. And I think Congo is one of the French speaking African countries.
Yeah.
Whatever our language is depends on who colonized us. So, like, I'm from Nigeria. Our official language is English. So, please don't go to anyone and say, "Do you speak Nigerian?" I get that a lot. It is not a language. There's no
Right.
such thing as Nigerian. Our official language is English. We have local languages, but we have like over 250 languages. So, I think it was just easier for it to be English, but we were colonized by the English. Then you have the countries like the French speaking countries because they were colonized by, France. We have the Portuguese and all that. So she's from the Congo and she comes from a culture which I think I mentioned to you guys. I don't know what show it was, where I think it was with Barter and stuff, where the man provides and they, try to be the man and they do other things, but they want to provide and all that stuff. But he shares that he's mixed race, which you will see also a lot of, or we see a lot
Hmm.
in this season. So I do feel like they kind of have an idea of what they look like this season because a lot of people would mention, "Oh, I'm half Filipino, oh, I'm half
Yeah.
this," and all that kind of stuff. So there's
Well, and
that.
there's a lot of the French diaspora was also showing up. I guess not French diaspora. I don't know what you would call it. Like people who used to be in other French colonies. There's a lot
Mm,
more like Vietnamese representation than I would have thought.
mm-hmm,
And I think Cambodia also pops up too. And it's just
mm-hmm,
kind of one of those things where it's like, yeah, I guess I don't really think about it because, I mean, yeah, America has colonized people, but we don't let them come here afterward. So it's not a thing that we have where it's like, oh, there's a huge Filipino population. It's like,
yeah,
yeah, in certain parts of certain states, sure, but it's not like, the places that we don't have like Guamese running around all over America. We colonized Guam. I don't know what officially called them even.
yeah.
So like, yeah, I think it was interesting to me because I never even considered that. I watch a lot of soccer. I know there's a lot of like African soccer players on the French national team and
That's a
stuff like that.
joke. Like when Nigeria is kicked out, we're like, well, we're just gonna root for the French team because all of them
Hmm.
are from African countries anyway. So
Yeah,
yeah,
if you watch France and Belgium both, and I'm like, oh,
yeah.
Belgium,
Hmm.
yeah, because Leopold II was the world's worst person. So this all makes sense. The most evil man that ever lived.
Okay, so let's move to the Tatiana Kim Tomas of it all. Tatiana is 39. Tatiana is gorgeous.
I yelled out "Auga" when she first showed up.
Let me just put that out there. She is 39 and she jokes, she is not joking, and says, "I want to lie about my age." She
Hmm.
was not wrong because apparently, people had reactions when she was telling them.
Yep.
She also has a kid. So she's feeling off and she's feeling weird until she meets Tomas, and Tomas is 37. Tomas has a little girl too. And then we enter the single ballot voting here because
Hmm.
she's like, "We're single parents. It was meant to be." I'm simplifying it, but they had other commonalities like she grew up where he grew up and things like that. But the main thing was like he's a single parent and that was it.
Yep.
But it's so crazy, again, society, how the women come in so worried about being parents. We saw this in Love Island. I'm a mommy, I'm a mamacita. We saw this with Jessica in Love is Blind, where I'm not going
Hmm.
to mention I have a daughter. And it's not a blip for the men. I don't even think Tomas was like, "Oh my God, I have a daughter." So it's not a thing. I'm going to live my life. And it's just conditioning of
Yep.
society of women and things like that. So
Exactly.
so they keep going back and forth, and then Kim comes into the picture. I would put Kim as a villain number two.
Yeah, she's the backup villain.
Yeah, she's a backup. They're all in a coven, and she's part of the coven.
Hmm.
And they start talking. He opens up to her, and she starts crying. And I guess to me that was a single ballot thing because he's like, "Oh, she cried when I told her this," and then that kind of made her jump up in the rankings for him. And
Yep.
he decides to focus on Kim, and I feel so sad for Tatiana because
Yep.
he tells her directly, and that's the thing. They don't beat around the bush. He went around and was like, "I don't like dating multiple people. I've
Hmm.
decided that I'm going to focus on Kim." And because this is France, at the women's quarters, Tatiana goes straight to Kim. And she's
Sure
like,
does.
"Listen, he came to me, he told me this." And at the end, he was like, "Okay, so you're not going to fight for me?" And I had to go to the previous episode because I'm like, "No, he didn't. I'm a caption reader, so that stuff." And I'm like, "No, he did not say that. Why would she do that? Oh my God." But he sure did. He did
He did.
say, "So you will
He
fight
did.
for me."
He this was raggedy because he was basically like, okay, so I'm picking somebody else. I'm going to be upfront and tell you that I made a decision. It's Kim. It's not you. And she's like, okay, that sucks. Like, oh, you're just gonna take it? You're not gonna like try to win me over? And I'm like, well, you just told her you
Just
wanted
told her,
somebody.
yep.
Like, don't play these games. You're 14. Like, say what you want.
Don't let somebody tell you they don't want you twice. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So Kim, in turn, goes to her date, charges at her date, and is like, all I know is you had a date with someone, you told her to fight for you, you're my number one, and why wouldn't you? And it is not Tomas. It
Nope.
is Clement.
Her number two. Yeah, Clement.
Clement keeps going and is like, did she say it was me? She goes, yeah. She said it was you. It was Thomas.
I
And
would do
she's
the
like,
same thing he
he
did.
said Clement? And she's like, Thomas, why are you asking me all these questions? This poor guy is so confused. And she keeps saying, she said, you said it. You, Tomas. And he asks, who is your number one? She goes, Tomas is my number one. Clement is my number two. Like, why are you asking
Right.
me these questions? And he goes,
Oh,
because I'm Clement.
because I'm Clement.
And
God.
she doesn't react. She's like,
No.
well, we have a problem. Like, oh
Just,
shit,
oop.
you're my number two. Then she realizes what comedy. And this is just
it was
episode
hilarious. It was hilarious because it's like, okay, number one, if I'm Clement, I'm doing the exact same thing. I'm like, I'm gonna sit here and see how long this goes on before you realize, because I'm not gonna bail you out. And then at the end, for her to be like, oh shit, I mean, I also like you. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna leave. I'm just gonna walk out.
It's like your
Oh, it was high comedy.
This is like when you screenshot something about someone and you send it to the person that you were screenshotting about.
Responding to the group text and thought I was doing the sneaky side text with me and one other person on it.
She finally gets her date with Tomas and shares that, he had to, you said she had to fight for you. And he's like, that's not what happened. They go back and forth. But either way, she accepts it and is like, you know what? I'm with you. I believe you. I hear what you say. So Tatiana has a date with him and he finally chooses Kim for sure. And you know what? At this time, and that's the thing, these are all the things that I was thinking before it actually played out. I was like, you know what? Good for her, because she would be punching down. I'm sorry. Like, Tatiana is a goddess. And he gives a whole speech.
Get a barber.
Yeah, she gives a whole speech about representing parents and, do it for us. And I'm like, all right, you were just a parent.
Her speech was lovely. And I think it was very much like a, hey, I'm not your pick, and that's okay. Single parents get a bad rap, go out there and give them hell. It was a really, really nice speech. And you are 100% right. She is so comically out of his league. It's hilarious to me. Like, I'm a proud bald. I should not speak on hair. This man's hair is unfortunate. Like, there's got to be something you can do. A better cut, some product, comb it. It looks bad. And like, that was my first concern. That, and like, you got to do something with your facial hair. Grow it all the way in, cut it all the way off. But like, this 2/3 of the way in business is not what's up. And when he proposed, I'm like, okay, please clean yourself up for the reveal. And he didn't do that.
No, he didn't do that.
No, he didn't.
Especially because Kim is very into the Beckhams. And
too much.
Going on and on way too much. And he's nowhere close to that. Kim also, when she was dating Clement, just a funny thing, she was tripping about how smart he was because he kept going on about engineering and all the things that he did. And then he suddenly just pivots to, what are you wearing? And then she's like, a denim jumpsuit. And I don't know. You never say the truth about, and if you're gonna answer, what are you wearing? Don't say the truth. You gotta come up with something. There's like a denim jumpsuit. That's not the vibe that they're going for.
No, he can't see you. Make it up. Like, say you're in a Catwoman costume. He's not gonna know.
Oh man. All right. Let's take a break and then we'll come back with another love triangle. So many, Brian, you got your love triangles. How happy are you?
I'm so happy. This is all I ever wanted.
All right, we'll be right back. All right, and we're back. And let's go with Yannick, Cindy, and Tatiana. You guys. Yannick comes in and I am speechless. The man is the man
he's a good-looking guy.
Fine. He has all the zhuzh and all of the aura of Jevin. Like,
Yeah, it's true. The problem is he's a super good looking guy. He knows he's a
yes,
super good looking guy.
yes.
And I think that doesn't necessarily always translate in the pods because you have too much confidence is kind of how it feels.
Yes. And it's so unfair. Like sometimes like just because someone is good looking, you automatically, oh, okay, you're a player, you're this, and then
Hmm.
that's it. I'm still hoping that this is the spirit of Woody from Married at First Sight,
I hope
but I've
so.
been burned so many times that I don't know. But back to how fine Yannick is. If you tell me Yannick was on the French men's soccer team, I would buy it hook, line, and
Hmm.
sinker. Like this, like it's not even really like all his looks, it's his presence. He walks in, he just walked in and I was like, whew, okay. But some lady is speaking to him and this man falls asleep, you know.
Felt snoring, full snoring.
But you know what? What Tiffany did it, and you know it
Yeah.
happens. They're still
She woke up and
happy.
he was gone.
Yes. But Yannick snores anyways, and he's like, "Can you say that again?" And I'm
Hmm.
like, "Oh my god!" But the thing
It's
is, they
rough.
say never trust a guy with a dangly earring, and a dangly earring he has. So
It's
there's that.
true. No, it's never trust a guy with a dangly earring, but I think that goes more towards your decision making.
Mm-hmm.
Never trust a man who goes to like the mall and sees a dangly earring, goes, "Oh, you know what? Maybe. Maybe I am a dangly earring guy after all." Like, no. No.
He connects with Cindy. I don't know how, but
Mm-mm.
all I could see in the women's quarters when Cindy was talking about him was Cindy Scrunchy. Did you watch Sex in the City?
No.
Okay. I don't
I'm
know.
aware of it, but did not watch it.
Wow. Okay. I don't know why I'm surprised. I just thought you would have watched Sex in the City. Okay. But there's
Uh,
an episode where Carrie is dating a guy and he's writing a book and describes a woman that is from New York and talked about her scrunchie. And Carrie, in the nicest way possible, wants to tell him that no woman from New York that is cool would wear a scrunchie. And he's arguing
oh.
her down that that's a lie.
Huh.
And then they go somewhere public. Some lady has like a scrunchie. They're standing beside her. And she's like, excuse me, ma'am, where are you from? And she's like, oh my God, you think I'm from New York? Like, oh,
Oh
honey, I'm
no.
from. And then she proves her point, and then, I mean, she bruises her boyfriend's ego and they break up. But
Of
that's all I
course.
could see with that scrunchie. Every time she turned around, I was just like, oh, take it off, take it off. I don't even have a problem
Yeah.
with scrunchies, but see the power of TV. I'm like, Carrie would not approve of
They're
this.
back now. It's a thing all of a sudden again.
No, it's done. Real, you
It's
know,
over. It's over already.
it's done. To the relief of my co-host. You know, I have a Sex and the City podcast, and we rewatch the whole thing, and then just like that, that was very painful. But R.I.P. So
Mm-hmm.
anyway, Cindy confides in Tatiana, telling her how much she likes Nick and how they like she likes how open he is, and they have good conversations. And right after Cindy confides in Tatiana, Tatiana and her beloved leather pants walk right into a
I
date
loved
with
him.
Yannick. I don't know. Of course he did, Brian. I don't know if she knew that Yannick was who Cindy was talking about, but she walked right over there and they have a conversation. And Tatiana is one of those people who I will say, yes or no, does she give MM vibes? And I don't mean like, I just mean
Oh,
like they're ready and she's an exuberant person. And honestly, I don't even know at this point if she cared who it was, but every little thing he said, she's like, oh my God, so funny.
it's true. It's true. I think I, she's what the show is supposed to be. Where it's like I'm ready
Hmm.
for whomever I connect with. I don't
Yeah,
care, and I'm going to be super excited no matter who it is.
yeah,
We're having a good time. No, she's yeah. There's a lot happening there. There's
yeah.
a lot to unpack with her. I think
Yeah, and the thing is, she's so pretty. I don't think she knows that she's pretty because she has a lot of insecurity
she
also. And it's just,
does.
oh, so sad to see that with Cynthia and her. But
Yep.
yeah, she does give away to him that she is mixed race, to which he says, ooh, I don't know how I felt about that, but
Yeah. I don't know.
yeah.
Don't
Hmm.
love that.
Yeah. So she is half Ivorian and Italian. Fun fact, Ivory Coast or Cote d'Ivoire at the time, as it was called then, was my first trip overseas because my mom wanted
Yeah.
me to practice my French. That's how deep she was into this
Yeah, we got a theme going here. Jesus.
thing.
I just picture you as
That's
like
a
little
good
Madeline now
one.
walking around.
So he asked her about her African heritage, like how into it is she, because he also has African heritage. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I googled his country. I don't think I knew it was Boer was what he said. It's a Central African Republic, but I just didn't know about it. The world is so large, and there's always so
See,
much
I
to learn
thought,
about.
okay, when he said he's from Central Africa, I thought he literally meant like Central African Republic. I didn't know there was another country there he was talking about.
Well, maybe it's sorry. Maybe it was his town that he was talking about. He
Maybe.
just said Boer, which I'd never heard of. But yes, yeah, there you go. Yeah, thank
Yeah.
you for
Oh, the world is big as shit. That's true.
Yes, it is. So, I don't know. I hadn't classified it yet as a single ballot thing because at the same time, you remember that's what happened with Barda and Jed. It was just like,
Hmm.
oh, somebody understands my culture. I don't have to explain it. Okay, this is great. And then they kept
Yep.
going. Tatiana is already like, Tomas, who? She also
Hmm.
clicks with Galien too.
Yep.
Galien is 37. Galien likes to go out and party. And when he says like he's ready to settle down, I don't know if it was just a caption I was reading. Settle down was in quotes, guys. So
Well, because if you're 37 and you're still in the club, you're not trying to settle down. Like
mhm.
you're never gonna want it because that I was 25 when I quit going to the club. I'm like I'm getting too old. I can't be the old dude in the club. 37. I got,
Like, what up, Unc?
right? No, I entered unk status at a very early age.
So I don't know. When you make Yannick look better, because I'm already side-eyeing Yannick, I don't know what to say about Galien because Galien has the man on lotto. It's like, oh, the kind of person where you don't have to put your phone out. You know, when you have to put your phone in airplane mode. What are
He
you
said
doing?
that he said that like it's something that we all do.
I know. So I
Just
think
like
somebody was like, I haven't done that. What?
yeah. Yeah, that one dude was like, "You've done that." But like I don't do that. I've never the thought has never even occurred to me to be like, I mean, I don't cheat. Like not like a shitty dude, but my college roommate did the entire 4 years that I knew him in college, and like the sneakiest he would have gotten is like put his phone on mute. He wouldn't have thought like basically brick my whole phone and
Yeah.
make it not do anything. That's
Or
crazy.
better yet, don't do anything that warrants you to do all that.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
life
why
is
are you
easier.
so how many nasty texts and calls are you getting in a day where you're like, I can't, oof, 2 hours? Ah, there's gonna be so many of them. I have to explain so much. No, that's nuts to me.
We suddenly get ominous music. I'm like, uh-oh, what's happening? And the
Hmm.
text on the screen comes up. It tells us that Gallian is no longer part of the experiment. He broke the rules, he communicated with the outside world, and everyone is shocked because they don't know what he did. I guess producers decided to make it a mystery and they have no
Yeah.
idea what happened. And I'm like, damn, Tatiana is going through it. But that girl doesn't know that God is saving her. Saved her
Yep.
from Tomas, saved her from this man because she would have gone with him
She
and
would
it
have.
would have been a hot mess.
Hmm. It would have been another
So,
quote unquote sleep study all over again.
yeah. But France is something because the editors are wild. We've already seen the reveal for Tomas. Tomas has already gone with Kim, but suddenly we
Hmm.
see Tomas on a date with Tatiana and then telling her that she dodged a bullet, that, that he's going to tell her what happened, but don't tell anyone, that he saw a girl at the hotel. And I'm surprised that they let that on air because my interview with Barter, when I asked about the logistics, where they go, she was like, I'm not going to get into the logistics of, because I mean, we all know that they all go to a hotel and these are just
Right.
actual
They don't
plots.
live there.
They don't live there and stuff like that. So for the fact that France is like, we don't give a fuck. We're just going to say
Yep.
whatever we want to say. Because honestly, what does it matter?
It doesn't
So
matter.
I don't know if it's that he was going to see a girl in the hotel or a girl was coming to his hotel, but who is his handler? How did that happen?
Well, the way that no, first of all, Tomas, I like Tomas. I think he looks terrible, but I like him as a person, and I think that he did the right thing here because it's like in my mind, obviously he and Tatiana have that connection from the very beginning.
Hmm.
If I'm him, and it may be different because I've seen so many seasons of the show,
Yeah.
I'd be like, oh, she's gonna go home now. Like she's gonna be like, okay, this is two of them. This is a sign I'm gonna be out. And
Yeah.
so before she leaves, let me get to her and tell her, no, like you should stay. There's other people that are here that are good for you. This guy kind of was trash anyway. Like, don't let this get you down. That was cool. The way that he said it, I got the impression we're talking about a sex worker here. So he said that he saw a woman in the hotel 2 times.
More
To
than once,
me,
yeah.
yeah. So maybe it's just the language and the translation and what have you. But saw a woman in the hotel to me is different than like he's got a girlfriend or there's like a girl out there that he's with or something. It really felt like he called someone over to service him. That's basically how it sounded to me.
You might be onto something because another thing is I don't know where they filmed. Because if they film like,
Right.
the UK films the parts in Sweden.
Hmm.
So you don't know anybody because you don't live there. So how did you get that? But my thing is, do they have access to their phones? How did you even, you're not supposed to contact the outside world. How did you make that happen?
Oh, that's a
Was there
point.
a producer in there? So that's where I'm so confused. Was it someone on the crew? I don't like
A lot of questions, and
yeah,
hopefully
it's a
in the
lot of
reunion we
questionability.
cover some of this. But yeah, I either way, like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, would you get it together, man? What are you
You
doing?
really couldn't last that long. It was 10
Mm-mm.
days, but
Yeah,
okay. It's an
yeah,
addiction if that's the case.
truly, you got a problem.
But as if France is not good enough, it became even greater. Ian gives us a confessional. This is not a get
Hmm.
out. We don't want to talk to you anymore. Come here. We will shame you. Speak your truth. And he
You pop
agrees.
back up.
He agrees because people be like, "Oh no, I don't
Yeah,
want to do this. I'm out.
blur my face.
Take my mic off me." But Gallian
Right.
is like, "I only have myself to blame. It was me. I should have followed the rules." And I'm like, you know what? This franchise is great. We need to do a ranking, Brian, because you've watched all of
Yeah,
them. I haven't watched
I
Argentina
think
though.
I haven't watched Japan, and
Oh,
I didn't finish the Habibi season.
okay. All right. Well,
So those are my bottom two.
those are your bottoms automatically. But I need to update my rankings because I don't know. I can't remember what I had, but France is up there just from 4 episodes. They are up
This is
there.
good.
It's
This is
really
really
good.
good.
All right. So I don't know if this was my caption in the translation, but Yannick and Tatiana have a weird conversation argument. He comes
I
in
don't think
there.
it was your translation. It
Okay.
sounded weird on the subtitles too.
I was like, what is happening right now? But Yannick has a date with Tatiana and he's trying to tell her, like, listen, I have a connection with two people. It is you and it is Cindy. I don't think he gets the words out of his mouth.
Mm-mm.
Tatiana just loses it. I am tired of being not chosen. I'm tired of my journey here. Everyone keeps going on there. I am angry. Like, you think it's easy for me, my age, having a child? I mean, Yannick is like, wait, what? I was
Yeah.
saying that I have more of a connection with you, like with Cindy. Like, yeah,
It's
we
like, hey, shut
explode
up.
and it's easy, but there's no like connection. And she's like, I don't care. You didn't. And she's crying. And he's like, okay, yeah, I'm just gonna go.
Yeah. He was like, I'm trying to pick you, dummy. Like,
Yeah.
what is your problem?
Insecurity is a bitch, man.
Oh, it's wild. Wild.
So they wake up the next day. They have a date again. And I just want to say that I don't know how Tatiana does it, but her business casual fashion game is on point. Somehow
Mm-hmm.
she's in like a blazer and she's short, but then she'll have like a blazer, but then also have like sheer pants and I don't know. She looks good
She's
either
her
way.
fashion's on point.
Yeah. So she wakes up. She's like, okay, I'm sorry. I was exhausted. It was a
Oops.
lot. I don't know. I don't know what that was about. Even I don't know. But sorry.
Someone said something. I don't know what happened.
Oops. But either way, like he said, he chooses her anyways. And he's like, I accept you for everything that it was really sweet, actually. Like, whether you're a single mom or whatever, older, it doesn't matter to me. I accept you,
Mm-hmm.
for who you are. And with Cindy, I think he writes a letter, but then he also shows up. So,
Yeah.
double
Yeah.
breakup, I guess. And again, because it is France, Cindy goes straight to Tatiana as like,
Yep.
ma'am, what games were you playing? What did
Right?
you do? Like, how did
How
you?
dare you?
Tatiana's like, excuse me, excusez-moi. Like,
Right?
what are you talking about? And she's like, I don't like it that this happened. And she's like, I promise you, I did not play any games. But let's talk about this. Was there any games being played?
I don't think so. Not in like an underhanded way. We see
Yeah,
games played later on
yeah,
where it's like, well, this is gross.
yeah,
This to me didn't seem like it was gameplay. It was just kind of like, she didn't give up. The dude was like, hey, I've
yeah.
got a connection with somebody else. And rather than her being like, I'm going to gracefully bow out
Mm-hmm.
again and look for somebody else. She's like, well, I like you, and so I'm not gonna quit. I'm gonna stake my case and see if I can get you to change your mind. And then he did. So that to me wasn't so much gameplay as it was like, I'm not giving up without a fight.
Yeah. And the good thing about these women, they all stand up for themselves. They always fight
Mm-hmm.
back. And I think Cindy starts backtracking and is like, it's not about you, it's him. I don't
Mm-hmm.
understand, why he made me spill my guts. And I'm like, what do you think dating is? You take a
Right.
risk.
You're
It
you're
doesn't
on you're
mean,
on Love Is Blind. That's the whole
yeah,
point of the show.
being vulnerable or being open doesn't guarantee, you know what? She shared her heart with me. That means I gotta pick her. No, it doesn't
Mm-mm.
work
Not
that
how
way.
it goes.
Yeah. So that's that with them. Take a quick break and come back to the villain on here. All right. We will talk about Julie, Charles, and Sarah. Um, Julie is very open.
Yep.
Julie is, talks about everything, talks about her sexuality, but not like in a salacious, well, depending on what your line is. Like,
Right.
for example, she tells Charles, like, oh, I thought about you last night. In fact, I got off this morning thinking about you.
Okay.
What?
Okay. So the dubbed version, I openly laughed
Okay.
because the way that they dubbed it was, I thought about you during my morning sex. And I was like,
Oh.
what?
Oh.
You're
Well, that's
what?
different. I would have been
Yeah.
like,
And
with
I
who?
and I understood what she was saying, but I'm like, that's a weird way to dub that.
Yeah.
Like, it's a really weird way to put it.
So Sarah comes in and tells him
Mm,
straight off, like, you need to pick. You need to decide. I'm not in any triangle. I'm not going to be open with you. I'm not saying anything. And then you pick someone else. Understood. But again, if you're not willing to take the risk, do not come here. But
right.
he must tell her that if she's his top choice and if there's any hesitation, she's going home. And this man does say that she is his number one, even though I would have been like, you are not giving me an ultimatum. Bye. Start going home
Right.
because that is a tactic.
Same thing. You okay, I have to make a choice right now. Cool, I choose her then.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not being put on the spot. You're not gonna tell me I have to make a decision right now. Like, similar to the whole you're spinning out about my friends calling at 1 in the morning kind of a thing. It's
Hmm.
like you're making an issue where there doesn't need to be one, and I would
Hmm.
rather pick the person who's not making me pick.
I think even for her, wouldn't you want it to play out so there's no what if? Like, wouldn't you want to go through the whole full journey so that he gets it out of his system or he doesn't think, oh, what if I had just put more time with this person and would like, I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. You knew that
No.
coming on this show, you have to date multiple people. So deal with that.
It's
But
not a surprise to anybody.
so she starts going on when he's trying to say like he's not okay with an ultimatum. She says it in a condescending way that
Hmm.
listen, if you're okay with whoever you want to be your wife, sharing intimate details with all of France and saying inappropriate things and us hearing them, then that's fine. But I'm not that person, and I don't think you want that person. And if you do want that kind of person, I don't think I want to be with. And I'm like, that's a lot.
Oh, I
That's
was
a
so mad about
lot.
this
Don't put
because
somebody else down.
no, she basically made it sound like all this woman does is get back home, like get butt naked and bust it wide open and start telling
Hmm.
stories. And I'm
Hmm.
like, I haven't seen anything that would indicate that. I think she talks about sexuality the same way that like every other woman not named Sarah on the show talks about it. I don't think it's some kind of a moral red flag or failure that as a grown adult you can talk about sex. I don't think it's
Hmm.
like oh, that's something that should only be spoken about in like hushed tones behind closed doors. That to me would be a big red flag. Because it's like, number one, weird enough that we can't talk about it amongst ourselves while we're dating in the
Yeah.
pods. Even weirder that now I'm thinking about into the future. Can I flirt with you in public? Like, is
Mm.
PDA an option for us? Is something that's off the table? Like,
Hmm.
all these other questions would come to mind right away from somebody who's like, I'm putting down a marker right now. We are never talking about this on camera.
Yeah. Imagine me modest in France.
Oh, I can't.
You're the odd one.
Right? I cannot imagine.
Yeah. Um, and then to cap it all off, she ends it with at some point you need to be a man.
Oh my God.
All right.
I got your man.
Okay. So imagine my shock when he actually picks her and says, I've made my choice. I pick you. And
I yelled. I was so mad.
this is terrible, but I will give her this, and I because I say this a lot about the housewives or people who are so concerned about what the public think about them. If you're going to be
Hmm.
the villain, lean into it. Just be a villain
Yep.
all the way. Dial it all the way to the top. You're already there.
Hmm.
Don't throw stones and then hide your hands. She
No.
walks out and to the camera when they're doing. They love them aisle walk. It's like their
Love it.
runway. So the camera's following her, and she says, "I won, motherfucker."
Hmm.
She goes to the quarters and she's talking to her fellow mean girl people and she basically calls Julie boring and was like, "You
Yep.
can live a good life with me. That'll be exciting. From what we know, it's going to be boring." And she's like, "Ugh, I want to say, bitch, I won." And then
Yep.
she tells him that they need to break up. And he goes on the date, or she goes on the date. He tries to break up with her, but like we've mentioned, these women don't say, "Oh, I'm breaking up with you," and they're like, "Oh man." Nope, they're gonna fight back.
The hell you are.
She gives it to him. She's like, "What the hell? Like, what are you talking about? Like, have I
Hmm.
gone around? Have I come onto you like so salaciously or anything?" He's like, "No." She's like, "There you have it. So if someone wants to lie and play games, I need you to make a choice based on our interactions, your heart, and not what somebody else has told you." And I'm like, snaps for the kid.
She
Although I
nailed
don't
this.
know, I would not fight for someone who's that easily like
No,
swayed.
this is unfair, but there are times where you can judge somebody based on who their exes have been, and it's kind
Oh,
of like, again, like I say, it's not fair, but it's like,
hmm,
oh, I know this dude you dated most recently, and he is trash. Like he's not fun, he's
yeah.
not funny, he can't dress, he can't cook, he can't dance, like, and you were chasing this man for 2 years, and like, no, that's not that concerns me. And so if I'm her, I'm like, not only were you so easily swayed by Sarah, but like you liked her. Like there was this woman was something you wanted to be with. So like, no, 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 no. And I think Sarah often points it out where she's like, oh, I would be really upset if you went with Julie because she's like the exact opposite of me. So if I'm Julie, I'm like, how is it possible that you like this awful woman
Woman.
and also
Hmm.
me? Like that's a problem for me.
Yeah.
It's not fair, but I need him to explain, because the only
What
way that
is
makes
it?
sense to me is like if she has been lying to you the whole time in the pods and has
Yeah.
been like phony and put on a persona to get you to like her, because there is nothing likable about that woman.
But Sarah has not put in an act. She's been
No,
rude. She
she
has
just likes
been
her.
all of the thing. It's kind of like Irina and Bliss. They were
Hmm.
two completely different people, and well, for some reason, I guess he felt he didn't deserve Bliss, so he went all the other
No.
way to the spectrum. But you just reminded me.
Unreal.
Are you watching King's Court?
No,
Okay,
I have a problem with Titus, so I can't watch.
because of the
I'm
WWE.
Yeah, because he was basically like, there's no other better way to put it. He was basically like a coon the whole time he was on
Oh,
WWE. His
oh,
character was like embarrassing. He might as well
oh,
have been. He basically played Terry Crews, and I'm
oh,
just like,
oh.
mm-mm, this
Well,
isn't you. Mm.
he's coming off well here. I mean, amongst other guys. Anyways, I wanted to say
He
that
seems great,
yeah,
but I
there
didn't
was a
like him as a
girl
wrestler.
who was dating Tyson because Tyson is a person that's their star and everybody wants Tyson. I don't think Tyson wants anyone, but he asked if she's dated someone famous and she kept hiding and hiding. And the famous person finally came out and he was like, "Okay, you have to tell me who it is." I knew who it was because she's been on Shaws of Sunset and she'd mentioned it
Mm.
then. It was he who shall not be named who got married to Aaliyah. And
Oh no.
Tyson would not touch that. He's just like, "I can't do it. You
Yep.
dated someone, and I was just thinking, like, this is an example of judging someone by their ex because he's like, these stories have been out there. You had to have known, and it was for 3 years, and you didn't tell me this whole time that you dated him, which she should have told him. Like, you have to tell someone so they can make their choices. Where I disagree with Tyson is like he hates difficult conversations. Anything happens,
Yeah.
he's jumping aboard, but it's the fact that he let someone else break up with her. He didn't
Oh, don't do
even do
that.
it.
Don't do that. You gotta do it yourself.
Like, it's not wrong. Like, it's perfectly understandable that you don't want to be associated, but man up and just be like,
Yeah.
this is why. But to he passed it over to Carlos Boozer and was like, yeah, I'm gonna let Carlos take that. And he had
Ah,
to break up.
boozer.
Yeah. So yeah,
See,
I
that's
am
the other thing
watching
is
that.
I'm a Bulls fan, and Carlos Boozer's like saddest years were with the Bulls, and I had to watch that too with the fake hair. Like it's a lot. Have they
All
talked about
right.
his painted on hair yet on the show?
No, he's bald. He's
Yeah, oh,
embraced.
he's always been bald. There was
Yeah.
one game he showed up with
Okay.
Beijing. He had like the shoe polish on his
Yeah.
head for hair, and it was the most embarrassing thing I've ever seen in
No,
my life.
it's a shiny top. He's focused on his beard. It's very lush now. So,
Yeah,
well, I
always
guess
should have been.
do not watch the show. It will trigger you. So,
I'm gonna have a hard time.
but anyways, Sarah loves her some Charles. She likes him because he seems like he won't split the bill, and she wants to be
Wow.
she wants to be engaged, married, and pregnant in a year. And Julie is absolutely fawning over him as well.
Hmm.
So that was that. He eventually breaks up with Sarah because in the whole time she's in the quarters being like, how long does it take to break up with somebody? And then
I
when
was
she
laughing so
comes
hard.
back, she's like, oh, I hope she cries. I don't know what's
Oh,
going on. And I was like, oh, this is good.
yeah, for her to say, I want her to
Good.
cry. And the other
Mhm.
girl was like, don't say that.
Yeah.
And then she was like, no, I just mean because then I know she'll be sad. And I'm just like,
Yeah.
oh, God. Oh, this was rough.
He was. So, yeah, they break up, and she's like, you know what? Good. I need someone who can stick to the decision. How can you change it? And her last words were like, don't DM me because I know you want to. So she
No, I'm
thinks
not
she's so
gonna.
hot, or she thinks she's hotter than Julie. And
Hmm.
good luck to her.
Right.
God don't like ugly. If you're ugly on
Hope you
the
have the day you
inside,
deserve.
you're ugly everywhere. Because it's just too much. Like, I'm okay with that, but to be like, I hope you cry, I won, I this. Do you even actually like him, or is this just a
No.
case of, wanting to win?
She wanted to win. That was that whole thing is she wanted to win. And I think
Hmm.
that for whatever reason, she created this villain in her mind where I have to beat Julie because I have to win. And it's just like, word? Like that's
Hmm.
how you play. This is what is that going to get you? You're going to
Yeah.
break up. Like you're not going to stay together if that's what you're doing.
Yeah. We get a sneak attack. We're suddenly introduced to Van Mee, and we're like, oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So let's do Van Mee, Sabrina, Julian. So Van Mee is one of those. He's Asian as well. He's one of those nerdy hot guys who don't know that they're hot.
Yeah.
And he tells us that filming is very hard for him, especially with his culture. And, they have to be modest and all of that. So he's just trying to push through his being uncomfortable. He got cheated on in an 8-year relationship. And I'm not going to lie, Brian, I'm like, did he get cheated on because he was boring? Because he gives boring.
He's pretty boring.
Like, because he said when you're that together that long, you have patterns. I'm like, all right, but there are ways
You don't
to
have
like
to.
make the patterns wavy or make them what, but he
Right?
just was boring. But anyways, I have there's a new line now. If you want to tell somebody that you look good, he was like, I am healthy in body and in mind. So
Mhm.
her the girl is Sabrina. Sabrina is from North Africa, I think she mentioned that she
Yeah.
is.
I don't know if she
And
said what country, but
yeah,
yeah.
she didn't say the country, but North Africa might be Morocco where they went on their
I was
getaway.
gonna guess Morocco. Yeah.
Yeah. But she also likes Julian. Julian comes in and takes being open to a whole nother level. And I was like, oh, this morning I woke up, I was thinking about a girl on the outside that we were talking about and stuff. Sabrina's like, huh?
Why are you doing that? He said, I was getting ready to leave this morning. And she
Yeah.
was like, why? I was thinking about this other girl on the outside. Why are you telling her any of this? What
I
are
mean,
you
I think when he was
doing?
telling the guys, who was it? They were like, you told her that?
Right? For what? It's not even okay. It's not even like if you watch this show, you're gonna see this, so let me get ahead of it. It's just like
Hmm.
no one knew. We were never gonna find out.
Yeah.
You didn't go to meet her. You thought about somebody else. Like, what are you doing?
Especially if you're deciding to stay. If you're gonna stay,
Yeah.
then you're pushing through. And there's just been anyways, she thanks him for his transparency because honestly,
Uh-huh.
that gives her clarity. And she's like, I don't want to be want to. Van Mee is like stable and this is who I want. I think she knows that he's not exciting. He doesn't exactly make her heart or her fanny flutter, but she's just like, I'm tired of all the roller coasters. I'm just gonna roll with this and then,
Yeah.
see what happens with that. So she decides to go with Van Mee. And in one of the conversations, again, I truly love how open this franchise is because she straight up asked him, listen, I'm North African. Is that going to be a problem for your family?
Hmm.
AKA, is they racist? Will they
Are they
take
racist as
somebody?
hell or not?
Because I'm not dealing with this. And I'm like, yes,
Yep.
yes. Have those conversations because people like to make it seem like if you talk about, race or how dare you? Oh my God. It's a conversation you need to have because people come and then next thing we're going to hear is my family means so much to me. If they don't do this, and then it becomes a whole thing. Let's not even do that if that's going to be a problem. So,
Well, it's a defense thing. I need to know
yeah,
what I'm walking into.
yeah.
I need to know, um, is there going to be a dad giving me weird looks? Is there going to be, maybe a little bit of a too welcoming mother who loves talking about my rich mahogany skin? Is that going to be an issue? like, what environment am I walking into? Am I the first black in your home? Like all these things need to be talked about first. And so she did a good job bringing up. He's like, oh no, they're cool. I got a sister in law's Peruvian. Like everything's straight,
Is the dog going to be barking because what
right?
are you doing? Yes, but he puts her at ease and is like, no, like we have a mixed whole family. Like we came here. I think he's the one from Cambodia. Is he
He's from
the one?
Cambodia, yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
We came in here and then we settled in so that we're very accepting. I want to know if anyone watches Real Housewives of Miami. Yes, every now and then Lisa Hochstein came to
Hmm.
mind every time we saw Serena.
It's fair.
So, yeah, those are all the couples and all the things. Did I miss any big things or highlights for the
I don't
pods?
think so. From the pods, I don't think. I mean, are we talking about the reveals too, or just like the actual pods part?
No, just the pods. I'm about to
Okay,
do the
from the
reveals.
pods,
Yeah.
I don't think anything was missed. No.
Okay. All right. So that was it, and that was exciting. And we will go into the reveals now, the part that I'm usually waiting for with bated breath. Because I'm like, what are they thinking? Okay, so let's start with Chloe and Alexander. They got engaged first. She does mention she's the one who's hiding where she was from. She's just from a hot place. And
Hmm.
she's like, I imagine him mixed race. And, it's always something that I found interesting. I think the Europeans, we always say biracial, or
Hmm.
they just decide for you and you're just black. But
Right.
in other countries, they decide to say mixed race, and that's what they have on there. So that's why we hear that a lot. I don't know if
Hmm.
when they dubbed it, was that what they were saying?
I think so. Yeah, they were saying
Okay.
mixed race.
Okay, we were
Yeah.
saying that. Okay. So she said she imagines him mixed race and she's halfway there because he is.
Hmm.
And they do the reveal. And my first thoughts was like, why are his pants flooding? Like, they did not,
I hate that look. I hate
they
it.
did not, they weren't tapered. If they were tapered,
No.
I could, at least they were just flared in there. And then, I mean, the men, mm, the women raised the average, but this franchise, the fashion was really nice. I mean, I think
It's
that's part of
France.
the
I mean,
reason that,
yeah,
yeah.
everyone's supposed to be really fashionable
Yes.
there. I wouldn't fit in.
Supposed to
But
be. Tomas brings the average down. But
oh god, this guy.
but anyways, they go straight for a kiss. There seems to be chemistry. I'm like, okay, we like, it was good.
Hmm.
And then they proposed. I side-eyed the ring. I'm just starting my journey with the summer I turned pretty. So I'm not there yet, but I did see clips about the little ring. So I looked at it, I was like, huh, is France on
Hmm.
a budget? But no, because everybody else's ring was great. So
Yeah, it must be what she wanted. I guess I don't know.
yeah. So
Yeah.
let's go to Kim and Tomas. They're both wearing black. They come in, they have a long hug, they share a kiss. Her ring is gorgeous. I'm like, whew, okay.
Yeah,
And
I
then
was
she
worried.
tells
I was
us,
nervous.
I don't know if I've mentioned, Kim is half Asian, half
Hmm.
Filipino,
Yeah, I think
and
so, Filipino.
in half Filipino, half white. So she's like, he's not Prince Charming. Like he doesn't have blonde. He's not blonde. He doesn't have blue eyes or slick hair. And I'm like, that is an interesting statement from a non half white person. Like
Right.
that's still your standard of.
Why do you want that?
I just, yeah, I don't
Yeah,
know.
it
They have
was
to be
rough.
said, but they don't have a filter. So
Right.
there's that. So he says he's telling her to her face, not a confessional, that he was worried about what she would think of him physically. And she's like, why? And he's like, I don't know. I didn't know what you would think. He's like, be confident. Be confident.
Yep.
David Beckham is confident. I'm like, oh, we're not done with this.
Well, also, have you
He's
seen David Beckham? Of course he's confident. Look at this guy. Like,
well,
that's not the
he's
same
not
person.
okay. Wait, Brian. He's not ugly. He just doesn't have confidence, and it shows.
Right. Well,
Yeah,
he's not ugly. He's got presentation problems. Like
he's
listen, I'm a huge politics nerd. There's a guy in House of Representatives named Jamie Raskin. I love Jamie Raskin. This man's hair was tragic for many years. I don't know who got to him, but somebody got to him and is like, put some damn product in it and put a comb through it before you go on TV. He looks so much better. This guy is not ugly, but like, do something with your hair. It looks like you just woke up. Like, do anything with it. Pick
yeah,
any direction. Just go that way with it. It's rough.
yeah. So when she says David Beckham is confident and you should be confident, he tells her, "Yeah, I'm not a confident person." I'm like, "Ooh."
Don't like that.
And then he's like, "Do you think your family would like me?" I'm like, "Ooh." And I don't know about them, but I have red flags from both of them. She with the Beckham talk, like even his tattoo, there's
Yeah.
like a rose by his ear or something, and she's like,
Mhm.
"Ooh, just like Beck." I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
And then
It's a
him
lot.
with showing all of his insecurities at first sight. It's not that you shouldn't have insecurities, but the way he's presenting it, that would kill a lady boner. Like, why are
Yeah.
you like? What is this? Do you like me? Do you love me? I'm like,
You can't lead with your insecurities.
yes.
It's it's the same as if you make me dinner and I go to your house, you're like, listen, if you don't like it, just tell me if it's gross, have to eat it. Like, no, you made me dinner, like talk about how great it's gonna be. Don't put in my mind this is bad food. So like don't walk up to like, yeah, I know I'm gross, I know I'm ugly. Do you still like me? Like that's
Mhm.
not how you do this.
Yeah. And yeah, and these are all my thoughts. And then when she has her confessional, she's like, yeah, he's not secure and he's so
Mm-mm.
emotional. And I'm like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
this is not gonna be good.
This is trouble.
She reminds me of Merla when they get to their place. She's like,
Yeah.
is this this? Is this that? Is this whatever? So I'm like, all right, high
It's not
maintenance. We're
good.
gonna see how that goes. All
Mm-hmm.
right, Van Me and Sabrina, they walk out, they both have smiles, they have a peck kiss, not like an actual kiss. He tells
Mm-hmm.
her that she's gorgeous. She says that she is pleasantly surprised. And then
Mm-hmm.
there was really nothing. I mean, when they go to the getaway, he says that, it feels like there's a distance, but that he's shy and reserved, but he wants to move past the modesty. When they go to the spa,
That's the
they're in
part.
bathing suits, and she notices his body, and she's like, "Oh, you work out?" I was like, "You forget, he is sound in mind and body."
Right.
And she gives him a compliment, but he doesn't compliment her back, and she
No.
notices that, and that sticks in her mind. But I don't think it's not because she doesn't look good. It's because this man is in his head. This
Yeah.
man is like, there are cameras. I cannot disgrace my family. I can't say anything wrong. Is she
Mm-hmm.
feeling me? Is she not? There's a lot going into his head, but I wish she took the time to kind of see that about him, or even him explain to her, like, listen, I'm so in my head. I'm trying to do the right thing, but don't take anything. If you ever feel any type of way, just bring it to me. But I'm struggling and all that. Like, I would think
Yeah.
that's what engaged couples do, but what do I know?
No. We should also add Sabrina's a full-on smoke show. So
Hmm.
like it's if I'm him, um the thought might not come to mind to compliment her looks because it's like, oh, she already knows. And like the fact that she said something good about my looks, I'm so kind of thrown off and like spinning out right now, it wouldn't have come to mind, I don't think. Like I maybe it would have, I don't know. But I don't think it was him being like, I'm not gonna say it because I don't think that about you or I don't feel it. I think it was more just like, holy shit, she thinks I'm hot? That's crazy. That's wild. So like I had to pause for a moment and like collect myself again before I said anything. But
Yeah.
there doesn't seem to be a whole lot of chemistry between these two. Obviously, she finds him physically attractive. He finds her physically attractive, I would have to imagine.
Yeah.
But they don't I don't think we've seen them flirt.
That's
And like
because
you need that part of it needs to be there.
that's because she went with the safe choice. And then
Yeah,
he just needs I don't think they're compatible. That's just
I
what
don't
it
think
is.
so.
They're not compatible, and I don't know how they're gonna make this work.
Mm-mm.
Charles and Julie, they both have smiles, and I
Oh.
think they are the same height.
Yeah.
And she tells us
Elf.
that he is not her usual type. She feels affection, but not physical attraction.
Hmm.
They get to Morocco. She says she likes tall, dark haired, brooding, Mediterranean. Is this too much romance fiction? What is brooding? You want someone just
You want someone looking like they're always kind of angry and kind of sad.
downcast? Like you just people
Right.
just saying things to say things. So
I don't know because beyond that, it's hard for me to imagine. Like, ooh, I want someone brooding. I want someone fun. I want someone fun and light. I don't want Ryan from the OC.
oh,
Like, I don't want
gosh.
that.
She says, I don't like the way he looks, but I like what's
Yeah,
inside. You guys, take a shot every time this girl says, I like what's inside because she said it a lot.
yeah, because the
A
outside is
lot.
so bad.
But you
Like,
know what? She
oh,
basically tells him that, like exactly what I just said. Like, he does a black attraction to him, not this. And this man is like, I'm not worried. Like,
yeah.
she's gonna get there. It's not a
Hmm.
thing that I'm worried about. Like, we had such a bond. Like, it's gonna come there. And I'm like, see, this is the opposite of what Tomas was doing. You're just confident
Yup.
in yourself that it just kind of exudes that. And honestly, I do think they can make it work. I think it'll be a case of I forget the couple in Love Is Blind Sweden where she said she wasn't attracted to him, and then
Hmm.
it eventually, came to mind, Jamie and Doug and things like
That's the
that. I
one.
think it's like a case
Yeah.
of that because they do have, it's not like I have a red flag about how he is on the inside. She really likes what's on the inside. So it's just
Yeah.
playing catch up and getting used to the fact that the idea you've had in your mind, it didn't come in that package and
Yeah.
stuff. What is this teddy bear that she holds onto all the time?
I don't know. It's prominently displayed throughout, and I don't think we ever talked about it, but she's got it all the time.
Even in the confessional, it's like an emotional
Hmm.
support teddy bear. And I'm like,
Yeah,
are we going to talk about it? I think that's what it is. Just let us know what it
pretty
is and I'm going
sure.
to roll with it. But I'm
Yeah,
seeing it every time. And
give me 20 seconds. Give me the name and give me when you got it, and that's all I need to know.
yeah, because next thing, this teddy bear is going to be lost and she's going to throw a tantrum and we're just not going to know the significance of it. And we're supposed to feel something,
That's right.
for
That's
her.
right.
I don't understand why they have to sleep separately. I mean, he takes it like a champ. He's like, it's kind of cute. I was like, no, it's not. But
No, it's not.
it's
It's not.
not that deep where you have to. But it's so weird though, because not that Sarah was right, but Julie was very open about her sexuality and all that. So I don't understand what is happening right now. Like, I'm not saying go have sex with him, but separate beds? That's crazy.
It's weird because usually if we get to that point, it's like I don't find you physically attractive, and also you make me uncomfortable. Like I would not be able to sleep well in
Hmm.
your same space because I'm afraid of what you might do, is kind of the vibe that I usually get if we have to have separate rooms and whatever. That doesn't seem to be the case. She likes him a whole lot.
Yeah.
I I don't I don't know why they're doing this. He doesn't, like you say, he doesn't seem bothered by it. He has more confidence than I've ever had. But I don't know I don't have any understanding as to why this is what they're doing.
Hmm. That's very interesting. Um, Yannick and Tatiana, I will say, in the very beginning, after he proposed and all that stuff, maybe now at this point, I understood where Sarah was coming from because their connection came from nowhere. I was like, oh, wait, from nowhere, like that just sparked and that became a thing. I just wanted them together because they're two beautiful people. So that's fine.
Mhm.
But I wasn't convinced that she even has actual feelings for him. This woman just wants anyone that would choose her. Like,
Yeah.
even after he proposed, what she kept saying was, thank you for choosing me. I have been
Yep.
chosen. The
Yep.
chose. Her hashtag for their wedding is Yannick chose Tatiana. I'm chosen. The chosen one.
Shosiana.
Yeah, there you go. So I'm like, it could have been anyone. It could have been Tomas. You chose
Mhm.
me. That's it. So
I like that
when
attitude, though. Let's be positive and hopeful until it blows up in our faces.
so when they have the reveal, Yannick just stands there looking fine as hell. And I'm not gonna stop, guys. Yeah, he fine. And he was standing there and then she came and Yannick just says, wow. And then they're
Mhm.
being awkward, and she chose the dress. It was like buddy hugging, and then it was backless, and then you have no choice but to look at her ass. And Yannick is like, she has everything. Like there is nothing that you don't want that she doesn't have.
Like
And then
I said Auga when she showed up on screen. I get it.
did you wipe your drool, Brian? And
Well, my shirt got most of it.
he says she's exceptional, and then they're speaking and they do all that, and then they start saying they're going to celebrate black love, and then he proposes and they kiss. And then it makes me think, like, with the whole, because there's a lot of talk about celebrating black love, was he ever
Mhm.
going to pick Cindy? you know
No.
you
I
know
don't think maybe, I don't know. I did appreciate that when they talked about this, because obviously, I mean, I think they're making the show with a French audience in mind.
hmm
So for them to be like, the concept of black love is actually an American idea, and I'm like, oh,
hmm
I didn't know we had to explain this to people, but like, yeah, I
yeah
guess you do. If you're not sort of familiar with where it comes from, it might sound
yeah
kind of odd to you. But I'm like,
yeah
oh, this is a very normal concept for me, so I didn't realize it might sound strange to other people.
Yeah, I mean, she does say that there's not a lot of black couples in France,
Hmm.
also. So, also why they're adopting that. I did note that Unique said something like, I'm so comfortable with Tatiana that my black culture side can come out and my business
Hmm.
side can come out. And I'm like, is it because he's not dated a lot of black people? So finally he's dating someone where he feels like his black culture side can come out? Or is he dating the first person like with the African culture where they have that in common? I don't know. It was kind of
Yeah,
vague, but
I don't know
either way.
the way. Yeah, the way that I interpreted it is like all of his past relationships, he's been code switching, and like he doesn't have to now, and
Mm-hmm.
it's a different feeling to be with someone where you don't have to code
Have to.
switch.
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, good for him for that. That's like,
Hmm.
I was gonna say it's the equivalent of women when you get to the house and you just get take your bra off and you're like, "Ooh, free at last, good God, I'm free at last."
I
So,
mean, yeah. Who you telling? I come in the house, pants go off right away.
so good for him. And I want to say I think they are one of the two couples that we know that had sex because
Hmm.
Tatiana said, "I am a single mother. My child is with her grandma, with his grandma." And I am here to take care of myself. I said, take care of yourself, girl.
And they had that meeting in the morning. Was like, "Hey, how are you?" And she just looked
How
at
are
him,
you?
and they
Yeah.
just both started busting up laughing. And I'm like, "Okay, because we know what happened here."
She's like, how he's like, how was it? And she's like, what do you mean? Like, are we
She
going to
couldn't even
details here? What
say
happened?
anything.
What?
Oh, that's
So
good.
yeah, good for them. Like it's just the
Hmm.
chemistry is out the wazoo. It's out there. So, they're all happy and fun. Cynthia and Jonathan, when he proposes, immediately she goes, well, there's something I'm going to tell you. And he's like, okay, you can tell me after I propose. She's like, yeah, there's one thing that scares me to tell you, but you'll see. I'm like, don't tell him that.
Because the look on his face, like, "Oh my god, are you in a wheelchair? Are you blind? Like, what am I missing here?"
It's a hunchback. There's a big old
Right?
mole on the face or something. Like,
How
don't
many
do
eyes
that.
do you have? Like, just a lot of questions.
So she tells the girl, she's like, oh, what if he's not tall? That was the number one thing for her. She's like,
Hmm.
no, this is it, quote, nothing about him suggests that he's tall.
Which I'm wondering what that would mean.
What
Are we
does that
looking for a really deep voice? Are we looking for I was a starting center of my high school basketball team? Like,
Oh my God.
what
He
clues are you looking for?
he has short aura. So apparently.
Yeah.
So she's like, you
Yeah.
know what?
Well,
If I see him and he's shorter, I'm gonna take off my heels. And they're like, no, rude. Do not do that.
and
She's
it's
like,
like, "You
oh,
don't think that make him feel good?" And I'm like, "No, that would make him feel good." Like,
oh my
no.
God, this was so funny. Um,
Ah,
so it's time for the reveal. Best dressed at the reveal.
truly,
Stunning.
truly.
Stunning. Like that
I had
dress.
no idea she was tall until we
Honestly,
saw
I
her
had
in
no
the
like we
dress.
seen her in the white dress, right? When she was coming and everything.
Mhm.
I was like body yaddy yaddy for days, but the height
Yeah.
didn't really click. But in this, she oiled up her legs, gave
Yep.
Alondra some competition in the oiling, and she
Mhm.
just stood and just like confidence is so great. Like the thing insecurity does to people where it shrinks them and makes them just look at you like, ugh.
Mhm.
Confidence was the exact opposite, and she was just like glowing through the screen. And I'm like, oh my
Shining.
dear. Oh, I really wish this man was tall. He is not. He's not. He's
So
not.
is she.
Her fear is that he is short, and yes, it would appear that he is a short king. Brian, that
Hmm.
door open. I put my hand over my eyes because I she's 6 feet tall, guys. Like
Yeah.
she's
I
wearing
was looking at
heels.
I was looking at where their heads were in comparison to
Yo,
the top of the
yo.
door because they didn't show them together right away. And I
Mm.
was like, oh, that's a big gap. That's a big gap.
He's a
It's
big
not good.
gap. Like they hug and he almost gets on his tippy toes. And then she's like,
Yeah,
you
he
know
was
what?
he was getting ready to go right between the titties if he didn't if he didn't go up on the toes first.
Oh God. She's like,
Oh,
doesn't matter. Like it's fine. He
it
proposes
matters though.
and they kiss and he tells her that she's perfect and so beautiful. But honestly, guys, when they hug, it feels like she's cradling him. Like it's
It
just
does. It does.
rockabye
And like
baby.
listen, I am not an expert in this field. I've been 6'2" since 7th grade.
Oh, stop
Um
bragging,
well no,
Brian.
no, no. But this is the other part of this. Since I want to say 19, I've not dated a girl above 5'4". So like I don't know what it's like to have to like look up at a girl I'm getting ready to kiss. I've never done it. Like it's never happened in my whole life.
Oh
So I
my
don't know what that feels like.
God. I will say this, they do not speak about the height. But I
No.
don't know. Would it be better when she takes off her heels? Oh no, little did I
Well, they
know.
don't they
No,
don't
it would
talk about
not.
it but then.
Yes, they don't talk about it at all. She tells him, you know, when they get to Morocco, that, they were getting ready for the couples to all meet up. And she tells him that it was a fundamental issue for her, but giving everything that he has and all his qualities, that it is not an issue for her. So we think that they're like joking about her wearing heels. It's like, oh, what are you wearing? She's like, oh, I like heels. They make me feel good. And then he was like, oh, no, it's not a problem and all that stuff. Next thing we hear him whispering behind the door, like, I thought you were going to wear flats. Like, I'm going to get roasted. And the fact that you didn't even do that means that you're not thinking about me. I'm like, wait, this little man thinks
I
that
was shocked.
she chose heels because she doesn't give a damn about his feelings, mostly because he said he didn't care. How is she
You told
supposed
her to
to
wear
know?
heels.
Yes.
Like,
Am
and
I
frankly,
dreaming?
okay, I had so many problems with this whole scene because like it felt to me like I'm saying one thing on camera so that when we're off camera, I can tell you how I really feel, and then I don't get the blame. So if you can just say, "Oh, you chose to wear the sandals instead of the heels," even though I asked you to, I don't look bad on camera and look
Yeah.
insecure for being shorter than you. That's the first part. The second part is he was like, "Oh, they're gonna roast me." First and foremost, I don't think I have any friends that would roast me if my girlfriend was taller than me. That's not a thing. I roast my friends on everything. I
But
would
they're
never
not
pick that one.
friends. They don't know
But
each
that's
other.
that's
All
true.
these
But
people
the other
just
part of
met,
this
and
is
I think they will roast.
and see, this is the third part of this, and maybe this is just for me, with athletics in my background and talking trash to people all the time. Roast them back, like roast them right back. Okay, they're gonna roast you. I'm sorry, this one dude over here, his girl wants a blonde dude with blue eyes and slick back hair. Look at him. They
Yeah.
keep on calling this guy an elf. Roast
Yeah.
him back. Like you don't have to just take it. Like okay, if these dudes roast you for 15, 20 minutes, go make out with your Amazon wife in front of them.
Yes.
That's gonna clear all this up. It was so odd to me. This whole fight was so crazy.
Yeah, the only thing that matters is both of you, and you're making it seem like she doesn't have a problem with it. She has to roll in with her husband that is shorter than her, something that was
Hmm.
a quote fundamental issue. That was the one
Right.
thing she did not want, was someone who was shorter than her. But she's like, you know what? You're great. I'm gonna
Yep.
go in and I'm gonna go with that. It's fine. Like I'm gonna hold my head up high. It means nothing. And you, a man in your 30s, again, this franchise,
Hmm.
all age appropriate. Love it. Love all the ages. But I mean, not mentally though, because he's here having a fit because the boys are going to make fun of me on the playground. So,
This is so stupid.
yeah.
Like it's so stupid. And again, I don't know if it's just because like making fun of my friends is our language of intimacy, but like okay, cool. You're gonna roast me because genetically I'm not as tall as the girl I'm in love with. Okay, your shoes look like shit. Like there's ways to do this. Like
Didn't she say
it
that?
was
Oh,
so
yeah. When they were
yeah.
joking around, she was like, it's not like I liked your outfit. And you didn't hear me say nothing.
Right. He's like, yeah, I don't like what you have on. But I didn't say anything about it. And then she closed the door.
I mean, they get into a huge fight. They're trying to
Oh, it's
talk. No
bad.
one's listening to each other. She's so like bewildered as I am because
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even know it wasn't like if you had been open about the fact, like, listen, it's gonna take me a while to get used to the fact that we are like even just for this event, since it's like a first time, do you mind wearing that? I'm not saying you can't wear heels, but just for this, just to make me then
Yeah.
she would know she was under the impression my man doesn't care. You can
You
wear whatever
told her
you
to
want.
wear
But
heels.
he's like, no, this is a test. I was trying to see if you cared about me. How would I care about something I didn't know was a thing that mattered?
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
So
You
they get into,
use your big boy words. If you're
yeah,
saying, "Hey, listen, I know this is not mature. I get
yeah,
that. I'm having some insecurities I didn't know that I was going to have about our height
hmm,
difference, and like, it's not going to be a huge thing. It's not going to be an everlasting issue. It's just could we for this one night, like the first time, be closer in height? Okay, I think she'd accept that. But
yeah,
instead of you be like, you don't care about my feelings at all. I'm
yeah.
just like, all right, man, would you calm down?
Yeah, communication styles on zero. They're not compatible in that. They went to how many areas of the I don't know what they're in. A
Oh, they
villa,
were.
a lodge,
Well, I'm
I don't
not,
know.
the place is gorgeous, but they
They
were
were
walking all over this resort.
all over the place. He had time to light up a cigarette and was smoking
Mm-hmm.
and was talking. He put it out inside the house though. Like,
Yep.
okay.
Yep.
And she's like, I'm not going. And then he says he's not going. And I thought it was just, one person be like, you're not gonna rob me of my experience. They did not show up. So
Nope. Nope.
that was it. Um I think I was surprised that they went to Morocco. I think we're used to seeing like Greece and
Hmm.
Mexico and all that. I googled how long it is from France, and a direct flight is 3 hours. So
I also looked at it because she was like, "Oh, after that flight, I need a drink," and I'm like, "Oh, how long is it?" Because
yes,
I'm like, "I know it's not that far because you're
it's
not.
not that.
It's a
Yes,
narrow part of the of the sea you're crossing." And I said 3 hours. I'm like, "Oh, I drive farther than go to my in laws.
it's
It's not
so
that
funny
far."
because that's exactly why I did it. Because she's like, ugh, after that flight, I was like, wait, what? I just did a 15-hour to Cape Town. That's a flight that needs a drink, not
Yeah, I
this.
drove 7 hours like 2 weeks ago. It's not that big of a deal.
All right, so that was it, and let's talk about the couples seeing each other for the first time, which I usually enjoy because the
Hmm.
comments, seeing how everybody thinks. The Mean Girls start and are getting ready to get revenge for Sarah. Mean Girls being Kim and Sabrina, and
Hmm.
as they walk in, Kim calls Charles a little elf.
Yep.
If that
Whew.
was the first and last time, maybe, but there's gonna be more and to his face. So
Hmm.
Tomas pulls Tatiana for a chat again,
Uh-huh.
but he does tell Yannick first, like, "Hey, I'm gonna talk to your wife and all that stuff." And then he tells her that he likes what he sees with Yannick, that he wishes her the best. Did you get the fact that he regrets not picking her?
Um, maybe a little bit. He doesn't seem disappointed in his choice. But again, if Tatiana's walking around, you have to be like, oh shit. Especially if you know that you guys are both like single parents and that could have been a neat thing to like have a blended family. But I think that he doesn't he genuinely strikes me as like a good guy who's like, hey, I know you're having a hard time as a single parent, like I am too. Let's talk about this a little bit. And like I'm really happy that you didn't bail and that you found the right guy. Like this is the opposite of what we saw with Sophie and Jay. Just like you guys are just trying to have sex. Like this seems very much like a wholesome platonic friendship he's trying to develop with her.
Yeah, I just nothing about Kim gives stepmom, but I don't know.
No, agreed. I don't see it.
Again, she just cried because you told a story. Like that's doesn't
Hmm.
mean anything. Um, Sabrina is asking Kim, like, do you think Van Mee is cute? Is it okay? Like, you're seeking the approval of your friend. Is he cute enough to be in the group chat? Like, I don't know. Something about it was not like I know you can ask. No, actually, no. I'm not asking my friend, do you think he's cute? Like
Mm-mm,
at that age, like when you're younger, when you're like,
mm-mm.
all that. But this is someone you're gonna marry that you're already engaged to. What
And my
if they
friends
say
know better.
no? If they say no, then what? Like, what does it
Right.
matter? So I don't know. I don't.
No, my
Whatever.
friends all know better. Like I said, I've got a very specific type that I'm attracted to, and my best friend, his wife is like, she might she's probably 6 foot and like maybe 110 pounds and blonde. And I'm like, don't ask if I think your wife's cute because you don't want to hear the answer because like that's not what I like. So like don't ask me that. So don't no, you don't come to me and do you think probably not because we like different stuff. And he'd probably say the same thing about my wife. Like we like different things.
But you can think someone is cute, but they may not be your type though.
It's true. I can say yes, that person is attractive. It's not for me. But I've never asked any of my friends, do you think my wife is hot? Like, I've never told any of my friends, I think your wife is hot. That's a weird thing.
My one example always, like even in the Sex and the City podcast, was what's that actor with Lady Gaga, the shallow guy?
Oh, I can see him.
Yeah, I can see him too, and I
Bradley
just
Cooper.
like
There it is.
Bradley Cooper. I always say like, oh, I can see that he's an attractive guy, but he does nothing for me. Oh my god, we got mail from someone that was like, "How dare you?" What I was like, relax, I don't know who you are, but so yeah. So anyway, so Chloe says that she is so happy that she's obsessed with Alexandra. She keeps staring at him like she wants to eat him up, and I think
Hmm.
they had sex too. Actually,
I think so.
yeah, they had sex too.
Even with that
So
mustache.
yeah, so all
Still
so,
did it.
so the couples, I think almost all of them were sitting together, and Sabrina just tells Charles like, "There's a huge contrast between your voice and your looks." I'm like, "Whoa."
Hmm.
Whoa. And
Hmm.
then Kim was like, "Yeah, when you walked in, I was like, that can't be the elf." And I'm like, "What?" They're all laughing. Some people are like, "Whoa," but then nobody is like, "Oh, that's rude. You don't need to say that." And
No.
then they start asking, like, "We need to know what is happening. What did you do about Sarah? How can you change your mind in 2 hours?" They claim that they're doing it for her. And then Julie shuts them down. And she's like,
Hmm.
"It's none of your business. That the person in question, they're going to have opportunity. They can ask what they want at the time, but you
Yep.
don't have to do it for her. You don't need any answers. What is that going to do for you?" Charles says that he understood why they were asking, but he felt like they lacked sensitivity because they forget
Hmm.
that it was hard for Julie as well because she has to deal, with the fact that he chose someone, then he chose her, and all that stuff. I think they did her a favor because the way Charles handled it was so well. I think at the point they gave him a round of applause for his
Yeah,
answers.
they do.
And I think it made her look at him differently. Like this man, like I'm throwing all these things at him and he's unfazed. And they walk away for her to smoke. And they
Hmm.
Schneider. And once again, she says, that's the thing. You're good on the inside.
It's just this outside is so bad.
So when they're talking, Thomas just makes an offhanded comment and is like, "Oh, I feel so bad, for Julie and things like that." And Kim is upset because she feels like Tomas is sympathizing with Julie and not backing her up. And somehow, Kim antagonizing Charles and saying all these things about Julie translates to the fact that Tomas is making her not feel safe and unsupported. I'm like, and Tomas
This
is
bothers me. Don't listen, man. If my wife is in a fight with somebody, I'm also in a fight with that person. But like, we have to talk about why.
yeah.
You can't start a fight and then think I'm just gonna know why we're fighting all of a sudden.
And you have to be open to feedback. I mean, he was just
Yeah.
telling Unique like everything was fine before tonight, but tonight was just drama because
Hmm.
I don't care about these people. We don't really care about these people. Like if she says drop it, drop it. The thing was, Julie said that they kept pushing and pushing
Yep.
and pushing, and it's like it's
For
not
what?
that serious, guys. It's like yeah,
Mm-mm.
okay. But
Mm-mm.
he was like, you know what? I'm just gonna shut this down. He actually goes, pulls her for a chat. Oh God, did I just say that?
He did.
He goes to talk to her and tells like what's going on, like you seem angry. She's like, I'm not angry, I'm just disappointed that he's not loyal. And he's like, I don't care what they're doing, like I was just showing empathy, like it wasn't like I was picking sides. And she
Right.
basically like shuts him down and it's like, no, you don't know what you're doing and all that. Then she walks away. He goes to her
Yeah.
producer and Tomas starts to cry. I don't mean
Hmm.
tears rolling down, like tears. Like I think it was more like he was feeling like, what have I done?
Yeah. And I wonder, is everyone drunk? Because like these aren't sober fights to have. Like the fight, this is to me the fight that I would have had with my college girlfriend when we went out to the bar. Night started off great. We had way too much to drink and then a minor disagreement, and all of a sudden we're screaming in the parking lot. It's just
Mm.
like things get out of hand quick when you're a little bit lubricated. And otherwise, I'm not sure why they're all so upset.
I don't even think that it was alcohol. Like I feel like Kim and Sabrina on a very, very, very sober day, this is what they would do. I
They
don't. I
probably have
just
some
feel this is what
beef.
they would do. And I feel
Yeah.
like on a very, very sober day, this is how Tomas will react. From when she said he's emotional, he's
Hmm.
just maybe overwhelmed by everything. And I think so when I spoke to Barter, she said this thing like they had the fight and he just kind of like popped her bubble like, "Oh, Snoop, I've been in like this fairy tale where I feel like, oh, I I know this person and then something happened. It's like, wait, maybe I really don't know this person." So for
Yeah.
him, it's like, what have I done? This is a side of a person, the layer that I haven't experienced. And is there more? And is it
Yeah.
worse? So
It's not going to get better. I mean, like the more you get to know somebody, the more comfortable they are being their worst self in front of you. So like
Mhm.
this is not going to get better, I don't think.
Yeah. So,
Mm.
I mean, that's basically it. We get the previews. All I was looking for. I didn't see anything really bad about Tatiana and Yannick. That's truly
Mm.
who I care
It's your North Star.
that is. And I don't know. It seems like it's gonna be good. I think when they got to the weddings, I kind of turned my face around. I don't want to get hints about who might not make it or who's not gonna make
Yep.
it, but we're in for a good time, guys. I'm so glad to be on this ride with y'all.
Great first drop.
Yeah.
This is what I wanted. Give me messiness and love triangles, and I got what I wanted. Where it's a love triangle and both people wind up picking somebody else, so they're going to be in the house together. This is going to be great.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Now we see Tomas say he wants to go home. Do you think he's gonna go home?
No,
Oh, he
no.
looks like
I
a
think
quitter.
well, it's because of his hair. I think it's one of those kind of like I want to go home in the sense of like I miss my kid. I miss home. I miss my stability. Not like I want to go home and quit the show, but it's like I'm looking forward to getting back into a regular routine. Is kind of what I'm hoping for because I like him a lot. He looks terrible, but I like him a lot.
Yeah, I think he's good husband material. He
Yeah.
just needs someone because there are some people who don't know what to do with emotions and they don't like when
Hmm.
men show emotions. He just needs someone that accepts him, for who he is and expresses that. So yeah.
Exactly. I'm an easy crier, so I know how that goes.
Wait, Brian, are you shading
Mm.
Tomas this hard because Tomas is you and you are Tomas?
No, I love Tomas. We're similar. I've not seen him make a grand gesture yet. No, because no, did he draw the rose or was that
Oh, who had
that
the
was
Lego
Van Me,
rose?
wasn't it?
That was Van Me. I was like,
Van Me,
what
because
is this Lego rose?
I've done that exact same move before. I have drawn a rose for my girlfriend in the past.
Did you say
So,
draw?
yeah,
Oh, okay. Because I was gonna say, don't Lego rose me. I wouldn't
no,
think
no, no.
you.
I'm not gonna Lego rose.
Because that was
I
what he had.
drew, yeah,
Okay.
I drew a rose and like I wrote a poem and then I framed it up for my girlfriend one time because I'm king grand gesture.
Aw,
That to me, if you give me a
lover boy
Lego, oh yeah.
Dimala.
Well, truly, you give me a Lego rose. Number one, where am I going to put it? Number two, I'm going to break it. So, like, it's not going to last forever.
All right, guys. It was a long one. I hope you hung in there till the end. It was all fun. So, Brian, before we leave, can you share with people where they can find you?
Yep. I'm a co-host of Maps Virgin. We are doing season 10 right now of Married at First Sight. That's the DC season. Everything is bad. Everything is going as badly as it could possibly go for most of these couples. We haven't gotten to Mika breaking the fourth wall and calling for Montre to settle a dispute yet. That's coming up, I think, a week or two. So if you guys want to tune into that, which maybe now is available on Lifetime, you can listen to Maps Virgin. You can also follow us on Instagram and Threads at Maps Virgin, and then we have a Facebook group, Maps Virgin Fan Club. I do memes and jokes and stuff. We have a YouTube channel as well. I haven't posted a video on YouTube in a while, and that's on me. It takes me 12 seconds to do it. I'm just ADHD is a hell of a drug. So like, but when the new season starts, I will be posting all of our episodes on YouTube as well. So you can find me basically anywhere at this point, I think.
Mhm. Okay, you guys know where to find me. All of the social media channels, also called MAFS. If you want to drop me a note, you can send me an email at gmail.com. Please give me a 5-star rating. It helps the podcast. I've been trying to inch towards 200 on Spotify. So if you could please just drop that 5-star rating, I would appreciate it. And like I always say, if you don't like it, you have a right not to like it, but just go tell your friend in the group chat. Um, Stay subscribed so you don't miss out on any new episodes. Brian will be back. I think it's coming up in the bi-weekly for Welcome to Plattsville, and
Yep.
we will be discussing the second drop of LIB France. So
Can't
until
wait.
next time, guys. Bye.